Hi, Tim Unkert here. Welcome to this tutorial in Markdown. This is basically what we're going to cover. So we're going to start off by installing a text editor. We're going to install Atom. You don't have to use that one. You can use VS Code, VS Codium, Vim, Emacs, etc. In part two, we're going to talk about headings and paragraphs. Then we're going to go to lists, then links, then images, tables, block quotes, bold and italic text, horizontal rules, code blocks and inline code, linking images, and we're going to finish up with HTML in Markdown documents. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to install a Markdown editor. The one that I'm going to be running this program on is Atom. And there's plenty that you can use. You can use VS Code, VS Codium, Vim, Emacs, but I think Atom's pretty easy to set up. So I'm on a Chromebook, an AMD Chromebook, so I'm going to download the .deb and install it. But if you're on a different operating system like a Windows or Mac, you can install their versions as well. Okay, for me to install, I just have to show it in the folder and then right-click and click Install with Linux. And then once it loads, I'll just click Install and OK. So I click Install and OK, and that's going to go ahead and install. So that's pretty much it for setting up your Markdown editor. Okay, now that we have our text editor installed, whether it's Atom like myself or VS Code or whatever, we need to create a folder for our Markdown documents. So we can just click on Add Folders. If you're using a different text editor, it'll be pretty similar. I'm going to go to my desktop here and just add a folder and name it Markdown, hit Enter, and click OK. And we see we've got a folder. You can right-click up here and click a new file on many text editors. With Atom, you can just type A, and I'm going to create a file called Headings and Paragraphs, which is what we're going to start with. And for a Markdown document, you want to put in .md extension. Okay, so now that we've got that open, we can start with headings and paragraphs in Markdown. So a first level heading is just one hashtag in front. This is a first level heading. A second level heading is two hashtags in front. And I'm pretty sure you'll see a pattern starting very soon. A third level heading is three hashtags in front. So this is a third level heading. A fourth level heading is four hashtags in front. So this is a fourth level heading. A fifth level heading is five hashtags in front. That's a fifth level heading. And finally, we have a sixth level heading, which is six hashtags. Okay, sixth level heading. Now, sometimes in Markdown, you will see, say for this is a heading here, you will see a hashtag before and after. The one after doesn't really matter. It's just more of a styling thing to be able to see a heading a little bit easier in the document. Okay, so that's headings. Now for paragraphs, all you have to do is just start typing. So this is a paragraph. This is another paragraph. And this is yet a third paragraph. Okay. Okay, I've created another file called lists.markdown or .md, and let's show you how to create lists in Markdown. So first, let's start with ordered lists. Okay, I'm going to make a heading here, a second level heading that we're going to have ordered lists. Okay, so the first way we can do an ordered list is just with numbering with like 1 and a period after it. So we can say list item 1, list item 2, list item 3, list item 4, and so on. So alternatively, so we can have an alternative ordered list. So again, you want to always start with 1, but we can do 1 list item 1, do another one, list item 2, do another one, list item 3, do another one, list item 4. Okay, so that's ordered lists. Now let's talk about unordered lists. So the first way to do an unordered list is with a hyphen here, and you can do list item 1, list item 2, list item 3, and so on. You can have an alternative method. There's a couple different ones. So this is alternative method 1. So you can do an asterisk and do list item 1, list item 2, list item 3. Our next alternative method, or our last alternative method for unordered lists, is, get a little space here, is to use a plus sign. So we can do list item 1, list item 2, list item 3, and so on. Okay, I've created another document called links.md for Markdown, and I'm going to show you how to create links in Markdown. So to create link text, we start with an open and close square brackets, and then we put our link text here. After that, we do open and close parentheses, and then we put the path that we want the link to go to. So if I wanted it to go to, say, Google, I would type https :// and that's a link. Okay. Now we can also create a link with a title, and to do that, what we do is we do our web address, so, or wherever we want to go, and then google.com in this case, and then we do a space, and then we do an open and close quotes, and then we give the title. So in this case, it would be Google. Okay. All right. And if you want to do links within the same folder, you can do link within a folder, and then you would put the relative path. So the path to the link dot whatever. Let's say HTML. All right. So that would be a relative link. Okay, I've created a file called images.markdown, and to create an image, we're going to start with an exclamation point, and then similarly to a link, we'll have an open and close square brackets, and within that, we'll put the alt text. So in this folder here, I have a picture of a kitty that I downloaded from Pexels. So I would put something like a picture of a kitty. Now, you could, if it was on the web, you could put the address of the link on the web, or if it's like this in the folder, I can just do a period, a / and then kitty.jpg. Okay, so that's a link. Now, if I want the same link with a title, so a picture of a kitty again for alt text, and then again a period and a / and kitty.jpg, a space, and then we put the title, so kitty. Okay, now if I did this on the web, let me show you that. So a picture on the web, you want to be more descriptive in your alt text than this. Then I would do https :/ some address.com / whatever the path is to the picture. But that's images. Okay, I've created a file called tables.markdown. And in this file, we're going to create a simple table. So let me just go down one line. And to start a table, I'm going to start with a pipe like this. And then we're going to have table heading 1, another pipe. Let's have table heading 2, another pipe. Let's have table heading 3, and another pipe. And then let's go down, and then we separate the headings with dashes in between and pipes like this. Okay. Okay, and then we start with our table data 1. Now I don't have to have the same spacing here, table data 2 and table data 3, and then I can go down table data 4, table data 5. I don't even have to line this up, so I could just do TD for data 6 and stop like that. And that's a table for you in Markdown. Okay, I've created a file called blockquotes.markdown. And to do a block quote, we just do a right arrow like this, and we can say this is a block quote. And you'll see my text editor actually changes the text a little bit. Okay, so we can do also a multiple paragraph block quote. So we could do paragraph 1, do an empty line here, then paragraph 2, then a little break here, and then paragraph 3. We could also do a block quote within a block quote. So we just have a block quote here, and then we go down. And then to do a block quote within a block quote, we do 2 right arrows here. And this is a block quote within a block quote. Okay. You can also, within block quotes, have stuff like list items. So let's say this is a block quote, and then we'll space it out here, and then we'll start our list. So list item 1, list item 2, and list item 3, and so forth. Okay, I've also created a file called bold and italic.markdown. So let's show you how you do bold text. So let's do some, I'm making a second level heading here, bold text. And to create bold text, I could say this is, and then do 2 asterisks, bold text, and then 2 asterisks to close it. And you'll see my text editor even indicates it with some different coloring. You can also do bold text by doing 2 underlines. So this is also bold text. Okay. Now let's do italic text. Okay, so this is, now we can do 1 asterisk in front, italic text, and 1 asterisk afterwards. And you see it actually italicizes it on this text editor. Not all of them do that, but some do. Okay, and I can also do, this is also, if I do 1 underline before, italic text, and 1 underline after, that's also italic text. Now we can also do bold and italic text. Okay, and to do that, we can say that this is, and then do 3 asterisks, bold and italic text. And you'll see so we do 3 asterisks before and 3 asterisks after, and you'll see the text editor bolds and italicizes that. And we can also do, this is also, do 3 underlines, bold and italic text. 3 underlines before and 3 underlines after. Okay, so that's bold and italic text in Markdown. Okay, I've created a file called horizontal-rule.markdown, and let's talk about horizontal rules in Markdown. And let's go over method 1. Okay, so let's say this is a paragraph, and then we want to have a horizontal rule, which is a horizontal line across the screen. We can do 3 dashes just like that. And then we can say this is another paragraph. Okay. And then we can go to method 2, where we can say, let's say this is a paragraph. Okay. And then we want our horizontal rule. We can do 3 asterisks. Okay. That's another method. So, and then this is another paragraph. Okay. So you can use either the 3 dashes or the 3 asterisks for horizontal rules in Markdown. Okay, I've created a file called code-blocks.md for Markdown. And let's talk about code blocks in Markdown. So to get a code block, you do 3 backticks, and then you'll write your code. So let's do some HTML code. So we'll give a doc type here. HTML, do the head of a document. Say we have an HTML tag, and then the head tag. And then we go over, and we have some of our meta tags, and so on and so forth. Okay, so to end the code block, we can do 3 backticks to end it. Okay, we can also do inline code. Okay, to do that, let's say we're typing and we want to add, and then we do a backtick. And you'll see with my text editor, it does the opening and closing one and places the cursor right in between. And then in between that, we can add some code. So this is code right here. Okay. So that's a way to add a code into a Markdown document. Okay. In Markdown, you can also link images. And to do that, we want to encapsulate the image within square brackets. So I'm going to start with my opening and closing square brackets. Then I'm going to have an exclamation point. Then within that opening and closing square brackets, I have other opening and closing square brackets for my alt text. So I could say something like, this is alt text here. Go outside here, and then we put the path to the image. So if I have it, let's say, in my local folder, I would say, and let's say it's the kitty, I can do kitty.jpg. And then I can go outside of these square brackets here, and then I can put the link to the image. Now, let's say I wanted to link it to Google. I could just do https://google.com. Okay, so that's how you link an image in Markdown. Okay, if you also want to include HTML in Markdown and you don't include it in a code block, it will be just rendered like typical HTML. So in Markdown, if I want to write, this is a paragraph, I can do that. But if I wanted to put it within HTML tags and say, this is another paragraph, I can also do that, all right? Instead of the double hashtags for second level heading, I can also do opening and closing H2 tags for a second level heading. Okay, so I can insert regular HTML into a Markdown document, and it will be rendered like regular HTML. So that's pretty much wraps up our Markdown tutorial. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, could you please give it a like, as it will help it get out to more people. I'd also like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So have a great day. Bye. Okay, you may be wondering, how do I convert a Markdown document to HTML or, say, a Word document? Well, you can use Pandoc, which is a free document converter, to do that. Okay, so we can go to installing here, and it gives you the installer along with options for your operating system. Now, I'm on Linux, and what I can actually do is I can open up a terminal here and simply type sudo apt install pandoc. Now, it's different on each system, but if you read the directions, it should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so I would say yes here, and I would go ahead and install Pandoc. Okay, and that's gone ahead and installed, and I can exit out of this terminal here, and I can reopen Atom and do Control comma here, and I can take, I can install a package which is called IV Terminal, which allows me to have a terminal right in Atom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, that's gone ahead and installed. And I'm going to go quickly and create an index.markdown document. So let's create index.markdown. Okay, so I've created our Markdown document. Now, whatever text editor you're using or whatever option you have for a terminal, you do want to open up a terminal. I can open up this IV terminal that I just installed here. And now I can run the pandoc command, which is pandoc, and we'll take the name of the file, which is index.markdown, and I'll do a -o for output, and I'll output as index.html. And I'm going to hit enter, and you'll see here on the side an index.html just popped up. Now I can also do pandoc index.markdown and do a -o and output index.docx for Word. Okay, and you'll see that's created as well. I can do Control-D or exit to get out of the terminal. And now I won't be able to take a look at the Word document within my text editor, but I could upload it to Google Docs, or I could open it with Word and look at it there. But I can look at my HTML, and you can see that it creates all this HTML here based off of the Markdown document. So you don't have to write the HTML yourself. All you have to do is write the Markdown, and then you can convert it to a lot of different forms with Pandoc. So it's a real advantage. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.